So I am back one more time for the night to talk about. See how I sat back down in the chair like I'm old? Yes, exactly, because I am old. Yeah. So remember when you was growing up and your parents was around and when you when your daddy used to get up out the chair. Well, that's what it's about right now. Okay, that's what's popping right now. Old man bones. Now I don't feel old. Some people say I don't look as old as I am. You know what I mean? And I do several other things that people say, "Wow, are you really?" Like, yeah, yes, I. You know what I mean? Yeah, be handling that business. That's right. With no chemicals. Anyway, so I'd like to thank y'all for checking me out for this last video of the night. We still got a little bit of this 8 and Sand mint chocolate cookie stout. I want to drink the last can too. But it's just so delicious. And you taste the mint. You don't really taste the chocolate, but you definitely taste the mint. You can taste the mint in this beer. So let me give you a close-up of it. 8 and Sand mint chocolate cookie stout. I'm a stout drinker. Now, some people say, yeah, wine is good for you, and wine is kind of good for your belly if you don't compensate. You know what I mean? But stout is good for you because stout has a lot of antioxidants in it. Just as many antioxidants as wine. So that's why I decided when I don't drink wine, I'll just drink stouts or porters. They're both dark beers, and they both contain a lot of antioxidants in it. Y'all didn't know that. Guess what? You learned something tonight. You learned something. Because I'm here to teach. Now, I'm going to say those one for tomorrow. I'm going to do them. So, chocolate stout, 8 and Sand. Check it out. I know some people like be working out because they think they're cute. I'm just saying, okay. So anyway, we're going to get a little bit more into this base here. All right, now, again, let me let the camera down and move it over a little bit. Hold on, y'all, because I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. You know, my videos are amateur at best. Okay? So this is the Originl L-2500, which you don't see it on the hairstyle. This is a special design. Anytime you see any bass, I'm telling you, any bass, a Music Man, a Fender, any bass that has the same color headstock as it's the body, that means a special order. But the beautiful part about this bass, and that's why I kept harassing John, my man who sold me the bass, is look at the trim. This is it looks wood, right? It's like wood, and it goes right with the neck. Look how beautiful that is. That's what we call a binding. So it actually looks like a natural wood binding to go with the neck. It's just set up so beautifully. This bass is set up so beautifully. If you're familiar with GNLs, these are MFD pickups, multi-filled something pickups, MFD pickups. And you can find these on a tribute basis too that cost a lot less than something like this. And you see the contour? This has a contour. This guitars don't have a contour right here. That contour, see how it gets straight? So you put your arm right over top of it, because a lot of times you play bass like this. And your arm is right there, so it's giving you that contour for your arm. That's another $500. If you go to the website, you see how they cut the bodies on some of these CLFs. Now, you don't see CLF on here, but you know the CLF because the serial number on the back says CLF. And I didn't know that. So when I bought the bass, I started looking at the pictures, because a lot of times when I think I'm ready to buy something, the only way I can coax it in my life is if I take pictures of it, I put it on my phone, and I look at it a couple times. Now, I ain't trying to worship it. I'm not trying to really lust over it, but it's like anything else. If I want to buy a freaking Dunkin' Donut, and I see the Dunkin' Donut in my head or in the picture when I'm in the drive-thru, and I see that Dunkin' Donut or that avocado flatbread or whatever it is. I look at it. I'm not lusting after it. I'm saying that might taste pretty doggone good. Same thing with a bass. So, and see your arm. Just look at that. Look. You can see it right there. Look. So it gives you that right there alone. This is special. This is special bass. Got your six bolts in the back, of course. Got your battery. I just changed the battery. So, yeah, John, the battery's dead. The battery's dead as a doornail. You know how you test the battery, go like this? Now, I could have ate that battery because wasn't nothing coming out of that battery. I let it chewed it up because that joint was dead. Because every time I kept hitting the preamp to turn the preamp on, it was just, and y'all heard that if you look at the last video I did when I was doing the one-man show joint, y'all hear that it was just humming, it was buzzing. I knew it needed a battery because I got a lot of basses that take batteries, and I knew it needed a battery because that's the noise it makes. When it's getting dead and you're activating the preamp, it just starts, so that's what it does. So I knew it needed a battery. So what I did was, because this bad boy take 2 9-volt batteries, this is the tone hammer. Now, the tone hammer, I wouldn't need a tone hammer for a bass like this because this has all of the EQ I need. This bad boy is full of EQ, full of variations. We got 3 switches on here along with 3 knobs, right? So, you got the volume, you got the treble, and you got the bass. Now, the thing about these are they're cuts. So, you don't hear them until they really turn up. They're not really volume, they're more bass cut. You can still hear it. Right? Same thing for the treble. Comes up. The switch right here, you toggle between the 2 pickups. So, up at the top, next pickup. In the middle, both pickups. People always doing that. That's the devil sign. People always, and I found myself doing that today when I was over there. I'm like, so these 2 pickups do what? No. These 2 pickups, this one and that one, we ain't doing no freaking Baphomet signs. This pickup and this pickup are together. Now, last one is just this pickup. Both. And neck. Okay? And then here you have your series and parallel switch. So forward boosts the bass. And back, the back, I'm actually reading it right here on Bass Notes or whatever this website is. Talk Bass. Because I didn't know what it was. I had to look it up to make sure I was right. So it is, when it's up, it's parallel forward, boost bass. Back is parallel, cuts bass flat. Okay? Now, right now we're in passive mode. So the good thing about this bass is, like other basses, when you go into passive mode, you only get to use the tone knob. With this bass in passive mode, you still get to use the EQ. You still get to mess around with the EQ, the bass treble, everything. Even in passive mode. And here you have your passive, which is back towards the bridge. In the middle you have preamp kicked in. And in the front you have preamp kicked in with a little bit more treble. Now, it's not an 18 volt, so it's not crazy like my Music Man Stingray 5 that we get ready to restring, which John gave me some orange strings too. I said, these will look good on the black Stingray. Now, if I had a purple bass, I would have had the purple and orange, but because this neck is rosewood, I didn't think these strings would look good on rosewood. They'll look better on this maple neck. Feel me? All right, so let's play a little bit. That's passive. I don't leave everything turned up because if you start turning back the tone and the treble and the bass, start getting other sounds just on cutting the treble and cutting the bass. So right now we're in passive mode and we're in cut bass flat mode. The parallel. Now parallel bass increase. And that's both pickups. Here is the neck pickup. Y'all want to hear the B string? Nice and tight. Now, I know what this is 35. Usually it's 35 scale length you want to put on a bass B string. This is probably not, because I'm looking at the Music Man and it has one more fret. But some B strings are sloppy, messy. But this bad boy is really taut. It's really taut. Okay? Not taut like I taught something, but taut. And the harmonics are pretty good on here too. All right, so now we did all that with the neck pickup. Now with the bridge pickup. Neck pickup. Bridge. Both of these are in parallel with the bass boost. Now, I'm thinking there's got to be a little bit more to this, because it seems like you got 4 sets of coils. And you would think that maybe you would go back and front for a coil, and then maybe the mid. In fact, I was telling John about this other bass I had, which was a Tobias, the Tobias bass. It was the Tobias Growler. And they had like a bass and treble. It was just one pickup though. One pickup, 2 coils. You had a bass and treble for both group of coils, which is crazy. And then you had a boost cut mid boost, treble boost switch for both coils. It was just one bass, it was just one coil though. I mean, one pickup. This has 2. You would think that when this says series, forward series is bass boost, does that mean which group of these coils are working? I'm curious. Does that mean the bass boost on the parallel forward mean that we're getting this one and that one? Because right now, well, it can't be, because I'm just on the back pickup. So, okay, got you. So let's figure this out mathematically. I'm on the back pickup. When I go in parallel front, that means the bass is boost in this back pickup. Back, the bass is taken out. This just can't be just a bass control, because it's taking more mid, because I had the bass out, right? Then we'll add the bass. It sounds more mid to me than it sounds like a bass boost. It says boost bass. I think it boosts the mids. I gotta get used to these 5 strings. Like some of the songs, and there's another thing me and John was talking about. When you're playing a 4 string, you can just get around easier because you don't have this 5th string out the way. I want to have a 5 string, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take it off the peg and let it dangle, and then we can still play 4 string. That's with the bass full up. And remember, we're still in passive mode. So now let's go both pickups, front boost bass. I say boost low mid. Here we go. And the back pickup. Both pickups. Okay? Still got the treble and bass boosted all the way up, volume all the way up. So now let's kick in the preamp we're going to have the neck pickup kicking the preamp. Now, the preamp has 3 features. Back is no preamp, which is passive. First click is preamp, just preamp. The next click is preamp with an extra added, a little bit more trebly trebles. All right, so we're going to put it just the preamp on, parallel forward for bass, aka low mid boost, and top pickup. Passive. So you get more juice and girth. Oh, baby! I can hit the note, but I've been drinking, so I can't hit the note tonight. All right, so anyway, now let's go straight to more boost, more preamp with the treble. That says preamp forward all the way on. It says treble with treble and boost. Mid on, back is flat. So it says the preamp is just on right here in the middle. By the way, I'm playing through the tone hammer, but the tone hammer is not even on, into my QSC 10.2 speaker. All right, so now it says treble boost. Back it off. So there is a little bit of treble boost, but I don't hear treble. Treble to me is like from 5K to infinity K, right? That's treble. I'm hearing, again, more high mid than I'm hearing treble. Oh. Now we just on the neck pickup. Let's go back to the bridge pickup. Same thing. Preamp on. Now with the treble. I don't hear treble. I hear more mid. I think it's a mid boost. I don't think it's a treble boost at all. I think it's a mid boost. So both pickups on. Preamp. Alright, we ain't playing it again. So now everything is still up. Full bass, full treble, whatever. Let's go with the treble up. Both pickups parallel forward. Preamp is on regular. Forward. Little bit of. Still not treble to me. So now let's go back, bass cut. Regular preamp, both pickups. More treble, preamp. Right? So it seems as though when you pull the parallel back and you taking the bass out, the little bass boost, I like it better. kick the bass in. Let's move it back. And that's why I probably would kick in the tone hammer with the bass boost. So it'd be like, okay, all I want the tone hammer to do at this point is just give me more bass. And kicking the tone hammer. There you go. So I can get the sound I really want because I don't. That's cool. But that's not bass boost. Again, that's mid boost. So you gotta give a little bit more bass. Now, if I had a 15-inch speaker or a 12-inch speaker, maybe it would be a little bit more bass. I don't know, but Aguilar, kick it in. So now I got it all the way up on the bass. Let's put it around 3 o'clock. There you go. So I really like the versatility of the bass. The other good thing about this bass is you can either string it through the bridge or you can string it through the back. Holla at your boy. 9-volt battery in the back, 6-bolt neck. Again, people say, well, what's the difference between that? What's the difference between that and the what's the difference between that and the tribute? To tell you the truth, I looked at a couple of videos before I picked this up today from my man John. I looked at a couple of videos, and basically, there's a guy who had the Tribute Series GNL 25 or 2000. 2000 mean 4-string, 25 mean 5-string. And he said the only thing he saw was the screws in the bridge is recessed in this one, but they weren't recessed in the Tribute. Other than that, he said the wood didn't look any different, and it didn't if you look at the pictures. When you look at that video comparison between the USA and the and Indonesian, you don't really see that much difference in the wood. The bridge with the recessed screws, the back still had the six bolts in the back. You still can string it through the bass or through the bridge. What you didn't get was the tuners didn't have GNL on them. These tuners have GNL, okay? And then you see the serial number right there. It says CLF, so that makes this a CLF bass. All right? So you're getting more. This bass retails probably somewhere around $1,800. Yeah. About $1,800, easy. Because it was specially made. Like I said, you got the contour for the arm. You got the binding, which is the wood binding, the same color as the wood. Look at that. Same color as the wood. Wood binding going around this bad boy? Are you kidding me? The electronics going to be the same because they're trying to figure, and which should be right. Just like Fender, anybody else or Music Man should do that. Only one doing it is GNL, but Fender and Music Man used to be owned, well, Leo Fender and Fullerton, they both was Music Man people, and then they went to the GNL, right? So they could have did the same thing for the Music Man. Like, okay, give them the same bridge, give them the same pickups, which are Nico pickups in the Music Man, and then kind of back off on the wood maybe or something like that. But don't give them some jacked up non-Alnico ceramic pickups and whatsoever. Ceramic pickups are pretty cheap, but some people like ceramic pickups in guitars, not necessarily the same when it comes to a bass. You feel me? So that's what it is. I know it's getting late. I know y'all falling. It's almost 12 o'clock. So I know I had a lot of people here now because I know they check out. I know I did check it out tomorrow, right? That's what you do. All right. So now we get ready to grab the Music Man 5-string, and this is so much more heavier. Wow, this Music Man is heavy, man. There's another bass I bought. I bought this bass up in Brooklyn. Man, that bass looks so beautiful. I'm gonna take a picture of it. Okay. Because now it's mine. It's not yours anymore, John. It's mine. Now, the neck on this Music Man made in San Luis Obispo. And, of course, you get Music Man tuners because it says Music Man on the tuners. And here you got the Music Man 5 Stingray. And this is a Stingray special. They're special because anytime you see when the pick guard go all the way out here, you got 2 pickups called the special. If it just had the one thing here and then the metal, That's not the special. The special has the whole pick guard. The regular joint with 2 pickups and the controls, but like I said, it'll be a round pick guard here, and then you have metal here. That's not the special. That's the regular. Now I would think that it would the silver, because I want to put the silver control dial on that, because I still think it'll look cool. But John's like, nah, man, you might not want to do that. And probably not. It probably won't fit anyway because there's a little thickness to the metal. And more than likely, probably the switches won't fit up through putting the metal plate on the GNL. If you look at the new GNL CLFs, the headstock doesn't have that music note in it. And it has the metal plate on the control panel. That's the difference. The new CLFs. This old school CLF, it's not new school, but it's popping. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to plug this in. Now, the Music Man, Rod, why you need a Music Man? Is a different animal. Because not only do you have the 3-band EQ, I'm sorry, this bass, mid, there you go, and treble, and then volume. You have the 5 selector switch like a Strat. Which gives you a lot of tones too. Between these 2 basses, you get so many different tones. This Music Man does not sound like that GNL, even though they're made by the same people. Instead of putting a blade on the GNL, because they could have put a blade on the GNL. They could have put a blade, a 3-selector blade. It would be like bam, boom, bam. But this stays active. There's no cutoff switch. There's no passive switch on the Music Mans. I don't think on any Music Man, maybe special made Music Mans, but all the Music Man I ever seen, they never had passives. There was no push-pull knob to turn the passive on or off. Never. It was always passive. I mean, it's always active. But the thing about Music Man, you don't have to search for no bass on Music Man. The GNL a little bit more, as they say, modern. But it's not modern because actually the M2000s are the modern ones. That's what they call M. You got the L's and you have the M. You never have to search for any bass on a freaking Music Man. So I don't need the Aguilar tone hammer to do nothing in this situation. This bad boy is popping off on the pop off. All right. So there's no need in going through this. Y'all know what it is. I just did it real quick, and because you got a blade, you don't have no turn the preamp on, turn the preamp off. You'll have parallel, which you do with the blade. You do have parallel and series going on with this bad boy. But well, actually, that does say series. I'm sorry. So it says series parallel. Forward is series boost bass. Back is parallel cuts bass on the GNL. Both pickups, because there's no pan on here. It's volume, treble, mid, and bass. There's no pan. The pan is going on in this switch. So it's about looking up, okay, what does a GNL double bucker, how does that work? So probably the top is probably almost like a Strat. The top is probably this pickup. Second joint is probably parallel both these pickups. Top pickup, I'm guessing parallel. In the middle, I'm thinking both pickups full buck. But it don't sound like that. This middle joint is popping. Now, I must admit, the B string on this sounds floppier. sounds floppy because the B string on the G and L doesn't sound floppy at all. It sounds floppy. I'm getting more string tapping than I'm getting string. See what I'm saying? That's the middle. Now we on position number 2 or 4, however you want to look at it. They say use it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For me, the middle and the 4 is popping. All of them are popping. Yo, all the joy. A Music Man is a Music Man. Now, I was gonna chase a Music Man single bucker. That's what I was gonna do next. Actually, that's what I was gonna buy next. I'm like, yo, let me get a single bucker joint. Now, there's no string through on this. Here's your 9-volt battery compartment. Only one battery, only 9 volts. And of course, you got a string through the bridge. And it is a Music Man bridge. So it's not unplated. Okay? But not unscribed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these out. One quick tip. I saw this on YouTube. If your strings are going dead and you don't feel like spend another $20 to $36 on your strings, depending on what strings you buy, tune them down just a little bit. Not all the way to this super floppy. Right? Right? Just enough to still hit a note and pop them for 2 minutes apiece. There you go. For 2 minutes apiece, let's pop them. And what you're doing, you're getting all the dirt and everything out of the string. Same thing. Just pull on it. And do that for 2 minutes. All of them, 2 minutes a pop. So 5 times 2 is 10 minutes. And then tune them bad boys back up, and them joints will sound like they new. You get rid of all the dirt out the string, and you know it's helping it out. Now I was telling John about my neck on my Music Man. He was like, how the neck gets dirty. It's a pretty cool neck. It got a lot of tint going on with it. I told him that I wish I could have had a roasted neck. I like the roasted maple neck. I'm sorry. He's like, man, I don't like the roasted maple neck. Yo, I like the roasted maple neck. I would have really liked the roasted maple neck on this because I saw a roasted maple neck on the black bass. I saw a roasted maple neck on the burl. I saw a roasted maple neck on a lot of basses. I like the roasted maple neck. In fact, I had a Music Man Sterling. I mean, a Sterling Music Man, not Music Man Sterling. It's 2 different basses. I had a Sterling Music Man. I paid like $5.99 for it. It was on sale. And then I got more off of it because it was on sale on Musician Friends. And don't forget, Guitar Center and Musician Friends are partners in some way or the other. So you find it, usually the used stuff's the same. You can buy the used stuff on Musician Friends from Guitar Center. Yeah, actually. So yeah, I would like a roasted neck, but he's telling how it gets dirty. People sometimes they play it, they want to wipe it up. So see, John, if you're going to have a look at this video, I did a pretty good cleaning job on here because it was really, really dirty. I mean, you can see the stripes. I did my thing. Got me some of my oil. By the way, I use this to wax my basses, my wood basses. Feed and wax. This is good. Honey. That's right. Beeswax and orange oil. Put it on my wood basses to moisturize them bad boys. Like my Warwick. My Warwick needs it. What's my other basses that need it? I got a couple other wood basses that need it. My Zeta acoustic bass EBU that needs it. Yeah. It's like I'm losing a lot of my wood basses. When I first started this game, man, I had a lot of wood basses. Now I got a lot of colored guitars and basses. Man, I'm looking at how and change now, man. I got more colored basses than I have wood basses. And that's including the walnut Rickenbacker. Wow. All right, let's change the strings. If you guys have any questions while I'm changing the string, holler at your boy. All right, so I think I took out the right one first. And then we're just going to bag up these because these are pretty good. Let's see. Make sure I got it. This is fifth string, fifth, first, second, third. Okay, so we'll do the fifth string. So let's take this off. So if you have any questions about basses, any of my guitars, any of my music, studio gear, you know, things you need to start a studio, anything. If y'all, holler at your boy. You got any questions? If not, y'all can just watch me restring this bass and also listen to me talk. Because if you ain't talking, I'm definitely talking. So, what I like mostly about my bass collection is it's a pretty diverse collection. I mean, I was really eclectic when I first started collecting. My high-end basses. Like, I got another bass I got it in storage, and that's my Takamine B10 bass. Because that bad boy made of sycamore and spruce. Gotta take really good care of it. Actually, the case is heavier than the bass with my B10. So look up a Takamine B10. That bass is crazy. I gotta get it there real soon. Gotta get it out of storage. Because I like seeing it around. So you're gonna go 2 up, and we're gonna cut that bad boy. I'm showing my behind tonight, because last night, I've been going to bed at 12 o'clock every night. The last 2 nights, I gotta get up at 6. So yeah, we're gonna cut this on the second tuner. Then we're gonna dip it in here. And we're gonna turn it. Now the other thing about that G&L is it's supposed to lift the string. It's supposed to make sure that you start the string from the bottom of the tuner. And this one right here don't necessarily seem like it's doing that. It's just doing whatever it got to do. That's already hot. Look at that. That's it. We just gonna do the fifth string. That's it. Wow. You can really hear the beat on these orange strings. All right. You know what would look good though? It would have looked good more on my precision bass, but it would be a sacrilege to some people to put orange strings on a precision bass. How dare you put orange strings on a precision? Do you know precision is the best bass ever? And if you don't know anything about bass, precision was the first actually worldwide renowned electric bass was the precision bass made by Leo Fender. Okay? So when that bass came out, the story is it used to be a jazz bass. And he decided to like, nah, dog, we ain't gonna do that, dog. Hold on, where's the fifth string at? Oh. Yeah, we ain't doing that. We're gonna put some frets on this bass. Okay. We're gonna put some frets on this bass, and we're gonna make it the first official electric bass. And that's what they did. They made the precision, which is just 2 little mini humbucker pickups split up. They're not really humbuckers. They're like split coils. And they're just 2 and they're smaller piece and they sit like that. And that was the first official electric guitar. So when you talk about anything about precision, if you're not saying anything good about a precision, you better watch it. Because I joined some bass groups and I showed them my bass collection at that time. And it was like, yo man, you got some nice basses. Where's the precision? I'm like, I don't like precision. I said, I got a precision killer. And this guy said, hey, buddy, wait a doggone second. It's sacrilege to say you got something that sounds better than a precision bass. I mean, he was serious. It might have been it was on a bass group. I'm not sure what bass group it was. He was like, yo, bro, you gotta be, in fact, I think he said, you gotta be careful around here saying that you got something that sounds better than a precision. And not only that, it was an active bass. Hold on, I'm sorry. My freaking kicking out. The doggone shredder's kicking. I hit reverse and it's kicking out the doggone paper. I didn't mean hit reverse. The guitar hit reverse. All right. Yeah, it's not like he was upset. He was like, man, it's a sacrilege for you to say that a precision, you got something that's better than a precision. But I said, look, bro, don't let it go to your head. It ain't that deep. I'm just saying that I'm not a precision guy. I ain't never been a precision guy. I've always thought it was too simple of a bass to intrigue me. You know, I'm like, there's a freaking precision with two little baby pickups, two little gumdrop pickups. Get out of here, man. I don't care about that bass. But then I started learning, and you would have known, me being almost 60 years old, I would have known this. But, man, I'm just into cute basses. And when I looked at the precision, ain't nothing cute about precision. Now, my friend, she is starting to learn how to play bass. She has a Squire precision. And when she saw it, she said that was nice. Now, there's another bass I was going to pick up for her, as did she like, which was a Kerbo made by Court. But it was too crazy a bass. I mean, right now, she's playing. She's trying to practice. But that bass with all them knobs, all these settings on the back, slap settings and all this stuff, she don't need all that. So I told her, nah, for $100 more, why buy that bass? First of all, you don't even know how to work a bass, much less talk about setting for slap settings and all this stuff. When you're ready to start slapping, it's ready for you to move up to another bass anyway. Maybe it'll be that Kerbo at that time. But right now, you don't need to have no Kerbo bass. And y'all know Kerbo is this guy who made a couple basses for a couple of manufacturers. His circuit, they use his circuit, especially his slap circuit and whatsoever. But she ain't need that. I said, no, all you need is a simple precision bass. Now, how dare I say that, oh, well, all you need is a simple precision bass when I just got finished saying, in a sacrilegious way, I don't even really care about finished precision bass. But for her, it's simple. But for me, it's simple too. But I was going to change the pickups out. And I was going to put some Aguilar Hot 60s in it, right? Because just like the freaking Rickenbacker, that's more low output, I bought this tone hammer just for the precision and the Rickenbacker. So I can get more volume and tone out that joint, man. Because I got this EQ called the Para EQ, Empress Audio, or Empress Express, something like that, Para EQ. But it doesn't work for bass. It's for like guitars. I tried it on the bass. It doesn't amplify the bass more than amplify the bass frequency of a guitar. So, bam. I said, well, let me go ahead on. I really don't want to open up the precision. I just got it. And I got that precision from New Jersey Guitar and Bass. And if you ever want to go up there, he's a real cool guy. His name is Jay. And I got it from there. And what had happened was, I wasn't thinking about that bass. But I had bought this Tobias bass, the Growler 4. But I had a whammy bar on it, right? And I thought that was special. Yeah, I'm going to be the only one with the whammy bar on the bass. And they got the cutout and everything. I always keep pictures of all my basses. Even the ones that I didn't buy and I didn't get, I keep pictures of those too. So the Aguilar, the other bass, the Tobias was a nice bass. Like I said, it had a lot of settings. It was just one pickup. But for one pickup, man, you could do a lot with that bass. And I think that's probably like the same thing when it comes to maybe Music Man basses. Like, I'm like, well, why? I have two pickups here, whether it was 5-string or 4-string. Why would I buy one pickup? But there's just a difference. There's just a difference. So that's why I said, well, look, maybe one day, no time soon, I am cool. My bass lineup is really set right now. The only bass I really don't need is my Zeta, right? I'm selling my Zeta upright bass. So if you guys are interested in the Zeta, look up the Zeta X304. It's an upright electronic bass. And it's cool and it's sexy. I used to call it my side chick. Because my real girl, my real fretless bass, she's in storage. That's the Takamine B10. That's in storage. That's my wife. And I call it the Zeta X304 acoustic electric bass. I call her the side chick because she got the hips and everything. Whereas the Takamine B10, if you look it up, that's a big girl. She's a big girl. She grown. She's straight woman. She's straight woman. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I got to grab that, yeah, I mean, right now it's going to stay in storage for a little while because I just bought this bass. Okay? So we almost done. Let's stick the bad boy up in there. We're going to have orange strings. Like I said, the orange strings go better with a maple neck. They outside jamming at 12:20. They jamming in my complex because it's warm outside. Hold on, man, they're going to be acting a fool, but you can't act a fool up here. I ain't going to lie. Look, I ain't into police brutality, ain't into that. But I'll tell you what, if you start getting out of pocket up here in Cheltenham, you going to find out you're going to get some brutality. Because they don't play that crap up here. People pay a lot of money up here to live in this area. Wyncote, Jenkintown, Abington, Chestnut Hill, White Marsh. You know, people pay a lot of money to live up here. They ain't going to take no crap. And we got some people in my apartment building that came from the hood. Now, they came from the hood. And again, you can take some people out of the hood. We usually replace that with another word. You can take some people out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of some people. So we have some people that moved up in here that still act like they in the hood. They ain't try to like change their lifestyle to try to act like, okay, now I moved into a nice area. Let me act like I know. Nah, man, they put the hood up in this joint. But again, you can bring the hood up in here if you want. Cheltenham Police will help you forget about the hood and you won't do it again. And it's not police brutality. It's like, yo, people pay too much money. I pay a lot of money to live here. I'm not going to tolerate somebody who done came from the hood. There might be somebody's child who they might be up here because they transitioning. Because the thing about our apartment building too is we house, hold on, we got that. We house people who get displaced from homes. So say for instance, there's a bad hurricane or there was a Section 8 person or something that lost their house, but you know, they're waiting for some financing or whatever. They're moving up here because they get paid government subsidies. I mean, it's like any other landlord. If you're a landlord and somebody was paying you, the government was paying you saying, okay, look, we need you to house some people who are, you know, some things happen to their house or whatever, or they got put out their house. We'll pay you to house them. Whatever you want to charge us, whatever your apartment is. Well, hey. The name of our holders are Lindley. And Lindley been known to be some slumlords. So, you know, hey, slumlords taking that money. They're going to take that loot. You know, but even, you know, I ain't going to even say that. I'm sorry. That would not be fair to call them slumlords, even though they didn't know the slumlords. But even before they came and took over this building, they were still doing that. They was doing it for the Red Cross. Like I said, some people got displaced, a hurricane tore up the house or whatever, then they can move up in here for a certain amount of months until they get themselves together. But they can't stay up here forever. So again, we got some people that might be up here due to distress or whatever, but don't come up here acting a fool because we don't play that. We pay a lot of money to live here. Again, my business is my business, but I pay $1,500 to live in this place. But my place is nice. I got room. I got more places. I got more room in my freaking apartment than some people have in their house. Real talk. So, I like living here. I came out of a freaking mini mansion in East Oak Lane that was 6 bedrooms. So when I moved out of there, I couldn't move into a closet. I had to move to a place that had space only because I got my studio and all that stuff. Now, let's just say things happen. I can't keep this place because you never know. Then I got to move to something more reasonable. But that means what I probably had to do is I can't take all my studio. So I had to take my studio, put most of it in storage to keep what I need to continue to make my albums and work with people. But until that day, we're going to keep working hard and making sure we're able to stay where we are, right? We're going to keep making that money and keep doing what we got to do. So But again, that doesn't give somebody a pass to come up here in this area because you bring the hood with you and come here acting a fool and making noise and getting all loud and rowdy because they will get you out of here too. Perfect example of that is we used to have a restaurant in here. And what had happened was the restaurant, the guy's a really nice guy, really nice restaurant. Before I moved here, I used to come to the restaurant and eat. And, old folk love that restaurant because when you're elderly, man, you don't feel like cooking. Nobody going to slave in front of the stove. You're 65, 70, 75 years old. So you had the restaurant down there. But what was happening was he was trying to generate some more income because, he had a kind of a steady clientele. Every day he had the same people come down and eat, but it still wasn't enough for him to be salving. So he was doing special events on the weekend that involved karaoke night, open mic night, stuff like that. Well, a couple of nights, they had a little problem over there, and next thing you know, his rent went up from $5,000 to $9,000. In other words, he had to go. Now, it wasn't his fault that he was trying to raise more money. You know what I mean? Maybe they should have promoted his restaurant. It was called Paco Bailo or something like that. That's a really nice guy. Maybe they should have helped promote his restaurant. But they wasn't trying to help him. But they were just concerned that he was bringing people who didn't live in the neighborhood up into here. And people in Building 1, which is mostly the rich people, entrepreneurs and whatsoever, they didn't like it, man. Especially the old heads did not like it. They was like, nah, man. If you ain't going to stop doing that, you got to go. So I just want to tell y'all that story because I heard all this noise out there. But it don't take long to have, don't take long to have a man come here and cease that noise. You know what? I don't hear it now. And you don't mind people coming here to have fun. I have fun. I'm up here probably a little noisy now with these basses. But I'm paying money to live here. I'm turning my basses up. What? Then why ain't this freaking tuner acting right? Another thing, people invite guests up here that might be from where they used to live. So somebody might live in South Philly, North Philly, not where it's rough, but this necessarily was just a hood. And they invite some people up here and they bring the hood up here. But don't worry about it. Or it takes Cheltenham police to find out about it. That's not racism. That is, you don't live here, keep the noise down. If you come to visit, appreciate that you got a nice place to live until you find a place. Not that you're ready to pay $1,500 a month. If you're ready to pay $1,500, kick rocks. These orange strings sound good, man. I asked John, I'm like, yo, man, are they gonna sound dull? He was like, no, they nylon wrap, steel coated with extra metal juice in them. John a cool dude, man. He had to give me these strings. He said, you want the string? I said, if I ain't gotta pay extra. You gotta keep stretching them because tomorrow morning they'll be back out of tune. And y'all know I like to tell stories, man. I'm a talker, man. I like to talk. I speak my mind. Sometimes I speak my mind to my detriment because YouTube will shut me down. Why does string sound dead? Oh, because it's nowhere near where it's supposed to be. this bass is too. My nut is cracked on this end right here. So I have replacement nuts. They're in my bass case. They better be in the bass case that I bought from Music Man. And they're actually black. So I figure I bought some black nuts to replace the white nuts. And because I figured since the bass is black, I just get some black nuts. So I got them. So I got to wait till I get a luthier to put them on for me. Because they're not just direct replacement. Even though they already cut, you just can't take it, man, put it in. You still got to trim it down and all this stuff. And John was like, man, I ain't no popper, bro. I'm a guitar player. And I wanted to say to Jay, that's the whole part about being a guitar player and not being a bass. If you're a guitar player and not really a bass player, the first thing you want to do is learn how to pop. Because you can convince somebody who knows you know how to play guitar half decently that, yo, man, you're pretty good on the bass. And all you did was just learn one little hit. Here we go. Let's go slowly. I'm going to start a bass instruction channel. No, I'm not. Here we go. Real slow. This is E string. So go. And like you talking to somebody, you got to twist your hand. That's all you're doing. I like you typing on a typewriter. So let's hit the E string. You do that a couple times, mother like, yo, dog, you banging, dog. So you got, nah, man, I ain't really banging. Now you got to add some kind of percussive slap. You already got the percussive thump. Now you do percussive pull. That's a dead note. That's called a ghost note. That's a ghost pluck note. A ghost note, like on the bass or on the drums, is a note that you know you're hitting, but it's not supposed to be really like out there, right? So here's a ghost note when you're playing bass. Hear that? No note. It's a ghost note. It's just percussive. Just a ghost note. Same thing with plucking. Now, if you want to hit it, you can use that because we're in the key of G. So since G is right here, and that's the second note you're hearing. Do that a couple times. People are like, yo, man, you sound good. I don't know how to play bass. I just learned that yesterday from Roger Real Deep Cool Dope Smooth. So you just go right there with your hand. What's a structural video? Check me out. That's the beat. Oh, I'm gonna charge y'all for this freaking bass lesson, dog. These are secrets. Bam! You got a Jamaican freaking slap bass beat. Straight from your Roger. I've been drinking. Straight from your boy. Roger Real Deep Cool Dope Smooth gave y'all a little lesson right there. Playing it with your fingers is whack. unless you're playing a precision bass. Let's do the beat on the string. And all you're doing is two notes. It's almost like you playing I Get Lifted Up High, right? But what you call only two notes in that song. This song became a hit. Well, actually, it's like 5 notes altogether. No, it ain't it. It wasn't that one. Now, down, 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 and now together, baby, you're all alone. This dude, KC, got over so much and made hit after hit, playing minimal nothing because it's all about the beat. I can make a song out of it right there and have a hit. That song is now copywritten because I did it while YouTube was on, who actually cut me off for 2 weeks and wouldn't let me do nothing because they got mad at me for I don't know what. And see, it looks so much better. It almost looks invisible. Like, if you turn this, it'll just look more like an orange shadow because you can see so much more of the maple of the bass. You know, like you basically, they just ghost strings. I mean, against the black, yeah, look at them. But really, they're still in this camera. Maybe in person, they really look orange, orange, orange. But when I look at it on the camera, especially, it's like a silhouette on the neck. Look at that. It looks like it's just an orange tint. They don't like you really orange string, but when you go close, yeah, they're orange, okay? And that is the show for the night. Your boy got to get ready to go to bed. I've been up since freaking 6 o'clock. Well, actually, I woke up 5:30. I woke up early. So that means in 4 more hours, I'll be doing a 24-hour stint. And we're not doing that. We're going to get out behind the base so we can get our rest because the older you get, the more rest you need. Some people think the older they get, the less rest they need. Oh, no. I'm getting my rest now. Where some people say, when you get this old, you're aiming towards having a lot of rest very soon. I hear that. I don't care. I'm getting my rest. So while I'm 60, I'm so vibrant, I'm not tired, and I don't have no problems taking care of business when I need to take care of that business. Holla. So, to your boy, now drink some water, rinse down these beers, go vegan, leave the meats alone. Stop eating all the junk foods because it's not good for you. And maybe, just maybe, when you get to be 60, 65, 70, you'll have a lot of energy and you won't be walking around with like arthritis and all that stuff because the food will give you arthritis. The doctors already said it. The food will give you arthritis when you get older. The calcium starts getting to your joints, you get jacked up. Bad food will jack you up. You walk around limping, looking like Limp Van Winkle. Body hurting in your morning? Nah. Get rid of the meats, more fruits, more vegetables. Believe me, you'll be all right. I mean, so far it's working for me. I don't know. I'm a little overweight, but that's because I drink them milk, mint chocolate, cookie style beers. I'm out, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. Y'all know I like to have fun. For my new subscribers, this is what I do. I also talk about fragrances as well. I don't have any fragrances out here. I talk about niche fragrances, not fragrances you can buy at the department store, not fragrances you're gonna buy at Kohl's or something like that, the leftover fragrances or Ross or something like that. Now I'm talking about high-end fragrances that you got to go to New York mostly to get, or specialty shops to get. Small batch fragrances, what I talk about a lot. They call it niche fragrances. So check out my channel, and you'll see I have over like 2,000 videos now. And you can find, I'm sure you'll find something about a fragrance or something you might want to get into, or who knows. But right now, again, I'm out. Later. Look at my trunks. You are hot. Trunk man.